No new pleas on Ukraine missiles after Starmer-Biden talks. UK Prime Minister Sir Keir Starmer has held productive talks with US President Joe Biden about Ukraine, but he did not signal any decision on allowing Kiev to fire long-range missiles into Russia. Sir Keir said the talks in Washington concentrated on strategy rather than a particular step or tactic. The White House said the pair had also expressed deep concern about Iran and North Korea's provision of lethal weapons to Russia. Early on Friday, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky said Russia had launched over 70 Iranian-made drones across the Ukraine overnight and that his country needed more air defense and long-range capabilities to protect life and our people. We are working on this with all Ukrainian partners, he said. Ahead of the talks at the White House, Russian President Vladimir Putin warned Western nations not to let Ukraine fire long-range missiles at Russia. Putin said such a move would represent NATO's direct participation into Ukraine's war. But former UK Defense Secretary Sir Ben Wallace told the BBC Radio 4's Today program NATO should let Ukraine fire. Ukraine fired long-range missiles into Russia in spite of the Putin's threat, adding that wrangling was just benefiting the Russian president. I'm just disappointed that it's yet again another tug of war around another capability, the former conservative MP said. The Kurt Volker, a former U.S. Special Representative for Ukrainian negotiations, said Putin's comments were made to prevent further Western action. The reason Putin says those things is to achieve the result of deterring us from doing things, not that it has anything bearing on what he's really going to do or really thinks, he told the Today program. Commenting on the debate over long-range missiles, he said the U.S. overplays the sense that this is the new red line, that this would be so provocative to Russia that it would create some kind of the new escalation. Addressing reporters ahead of his meeting with Sir Keir at the White House, Biden said, "I don't think much about Vladimir Putin. To date, the US and UK have not given Ukraine permission to use long-range missiles against targets inside Russia for fear of escalation. However, Zelensky has repeatedly called on Kiev's Western allies to authorize such use, saying it is the only way to bring about the end to the war. Since Russia launched its full-scale invasion of Ukraine in February 2022, Ukrainian cities and front lines have been under daily bombardment from Russia. Many of the missiles and glide bombs that hit Ukraine's military positions, blocks of flat energy facilities and hospitals are launched by Russian aircraft deep inside Russia. Kiev says not being allowed to hit the bases from which these attacks are launched hinders its ability to defend itself. The UK previously said Ukraine had the clear right to use British-provided weapons for self-defense, which does not preclude operations inside Russia following Kiev's surprise cross-border incursion last month. However, this excludes the use of the long-range Storm Shadow missiles in territory outside Ukraine's internationally recognized borders. The US provided long-range missiles to Ukraine earlier this year, but like Kiev's other Western allies, these have not been authorized for use on targets deep inside Russia.